Welcome to the Global Pundit. I'm Josh Anthony. This is the first show that we've done on the Global Pundit. Thank you for coming in. It is a true test. It is a shoot the rehearsal test. Literally, you can see I look like my coloring is off. Trying to figure out what's going on with the lighting here, but we are live, and this is how you start a new channel. So thanks all for coming in. We are obviously getting used to some of the working out some of the kinks here. I'm working on the lighting. I have a green screen behind me. I'm in a studio. It's a whole new thing. So bear with us, bear in mind, but we are live and we're doing this here. This is going to be the sister brother channel to the Local Pundit, which is great, which we've got a fantastic community on, built off of Wrexham AFC. But this channel right here, what we're going to be doing is going to be a global channel, and obviously right now it's going to be a global channel. No, it's not. Now, of course, the mic is off. There you go. Told you. Someone saying the mic is off. Is the mic off? Let me know. No one can know. Anyways, I'll keep going if I don't think the mic is off on my end. So anyways, I appreciate y'all coming in. This is going to be dedicated to global football. As you all know, there's tons of football out there all over the world. So we're going to be covering that, mainly the English Premier League, Champions League. On Wednesday, we're going to be doing a live watch along for the Manchester City versus Real Madrid game, which is going to be a fantastic one. Very tingy. Okay, hold on 1 second. Mic audio, mic down. Okay, good. Producers in my ear telling me what's going on. There we go. And we have our first chat coming in, and yes, it is Aaron. Josh Anthony, never heard of her. There we go. The boys are coming in. Awesome. All right, bear with me. Shoot the rehearsal, but it's go get it. Go get it. Here we go. Go get it. Yeah, launching the new stuff. Like I said, it's a whole new studio. It's a whole new world. Whole new world. But we're gonna be talking about football. But again, I appreciate you coming in. Bear with me. I'm gonna do this. There you go. Thumbs up. I got. The lighting is off. I need to sort that out. Okay, so bear with me. The lighting is off. Bear with me. So thanks for coming in. Please smash the like on the video and subscribe if you haven't subscribed to the Global Pundit, the sister to the Local Pundit channel, and we're gonna be talking about all things football. And if some Wrexham supporters come in, great, which is part of our brand. But we have a couple topics we want to get into today. Talking about Ruben Amorim. Does he regret his move to Manchester United? Liverpool, can they win the league knowing that Mo Salah is gone? And Everton revival, are they safe? And Mamouche hat trick and Potter at West Ham. I usually call that the 5-a-side, 5 topics, 5 strikes. Let's let it rip. So we're going to start there. I'll start with the Manchester United stuff real quick, and we'll move on from there. Thanks, Aaron, for coming in. I appreciate it. Again, this is a total just shoot the rehearsal. And you got to start somewhere. And if you go back and you watch the first Local Pundit, it was a lot more horrific than I expected. Say there. But all right, we'll start there with the news. So a little bit with the news. A lot came out today. Manchester United are in the mud. I think they're 15th in the league for Manchester United. That's terrible. But on and off the pitch, it's absolutely going crazy. So this is going to be our first topic. We're going to talk about Manchester United. And do you think Ruben Amorim regrets his move? Frankly, I don't think he does, in my opinion. I think he regrets the fact that maybe he was pitched something that wasn't quite there. Sorry, just bear with me here. You know how we go. Bear with me. I'm trying to get the lighting right. It apparently doesn't want to light for me. There we go. Why does it want to do that? I look like an Oompa Loompa. That's great. I'll just stay right here. Okay. Do I think he regrets coming to Manchester United? No. You have to take an opportunity. At 39, 40 years old, whatever he is, following the footsteps of his mentor, which is Jose Mourinho, which I love too. I think he's great. I don't think he regrets it. I think the regret is coming that this team and this entire Manchester United club is in disarray. It is falling. Can it get relegated? Some say no. I say possibly. It could happen. I don't know. But is he regretting it? No. He hasn't been backed. He put 7 kids on the bench the other day at 19, 20 years old, and one guy at 30, which is Lindelof. I don't think he's regretting it. I think he's trying to prove a point. And I'll tell you this right now. And it's a very, very big if it continues to slide, it's got to be on the club and not on Ruben. And I'll tell you, one of the stories would ever be if they ever do go down, Manchester United get relegated, it would shock the football universe. Shock the football universe. And I think he's trying to prove a point where he's like, I'm sticking to my plan. I like what I do. But do you think that that he can get it out with the kids? I don't know. Do you think he can keep him up with the kids? I don't know. But the team is a mess. And Rio Ferdinand had a quote today. He said, and this is in a Daily Mail, Rio Ferdinand outlines why he genuinely fears the relegation for Manchester United is real. He insists he only expects Ruben Amorim's side to get a result from one of the 13 remaining games. Now, say that. A result from one of the 13 remaining games. If that's true, Manchester United will get relegated. How is that possible? Are the ex Manchester United players turning on him a little bit? But they're not going after the board of Ineos. They're not doing that. That's something that needs to be done, and you need to look at Ineos, and I think they're making huge mistakes. But Rio Ferdinand goes on to say that he thinks that 15 place now, with 29 points after 25 games, 31 points behind the leaders, Liverpool, which is not even a real thing. Like, Liverpool are going to go on and win the league, in my opinion. He goes on to say, Manchester United are absolutely struggling at the moment. Only Wolves and West Ham separate from my club from the relegation places. Do you realize how close that is? It is close. It is squeaky bum time. They're in the mud right now. And can they get... I'm trying to fix the lighting here. I apologize. It is what it is. You got to go with it. It is close. It is close. There are 6-pointers coming up against Ipswich Town, against Wolves, against Leicester. They're going to play. They're also going to play Arsenal and Manchester City. Those are losing matches. They're going to play Newcastle. Those are losing matches. He said, someone said we need 11 points just to stay up, and I'm starting to think that we got the fixture list here, and I'm looking at the game, and I'm being serious. He goes through it. He says, Everton away. This is Rio Ferdinand. Ipswich home. Arsenal, Forest away. City, Newcastle away. Wolves, Brentford, Brighton, Chelsea, Aston Villa, Leicester. That's a murderer's row if you're Ruben Amorim and you're thinking, oh, shoot, how am I going to keep this club up? It is a possibility that this could happen. Is it a mistake? Does he regret it? No. You got to make that move. Also, Gary Neville coming out talking about his tactics, Amorim's tactics. Yes, he's sticking to what he wants to do, and I believe that he believes in his tactics. He does not have the players to do this, but the last guy that got bounced out today was Ten Hag, and he's succumbed to what the players did. It was the players that are there pushing him around. It is what it is. But I'll say this right now: can they get relegated? Yes. Will they? Possibly no. Would it be amazing if it happened for football? Unbelievable. More amazing than the Oompa Loompa face that I have on with the lighting. So there you go. Moving on to say, he says, listen, the only place I potentially see us getting anything, and he's talking about the game list, this is Rio Ferdinand, not even a win, is Leicester. We've slapped up Leicester a couple times already this season, so we got their number, Ferdinand. Normally you look at the fixture list and you say, you can see points coming from anywhere, but I don't know where from. So this is something we need to watch. A couple weeks ago, we thought it was going to be Everton that were on the chopping block, but still, David Moyes has turned it around. We're going to talk about that in a minute. So that's the first strike I want to get through. Again, we're just getting the show off the ground, starting to learn how to use the system. Again, Oompa Loompa lighting, I get it. It's all good, but it is what it is. Please bear with us. All right, second thing I wanted to bring up today on the 5 strikes. Second strike, Liverpool. Top of the league, doing very, very well. Knowing Mo Salah is going to leave. Mo Salah will leave. I ideally think he's probably going to go to Saudi. Unfortunately, I think that is a... how do I say this? It's a league that is paying for players to go there, like the Chinese league played for players about 5-6 years ago, and it turned into nothing. This seems a little bit more about it. They have more sports going on in Saudi. They want to do something different than what happened a few years ago in the Chinese football league. So I give them a little bit of credit that they want to do better. That said, will Liverpool win the league? I suspect they will, and here's my answers why. I'm going to pull down this mic a little bit so I can do it too. But yeah, I think that Liverpool will win the league, and I'm saying that now, including that Mo is going to go. There's just a consistency to them, which I find to be good teams win games they shouldn't win games, and they're doing very well at that. The sound is weird. Sorry, sound settings need work. Josh Anthony is in space. Matches my pain meds. Sorry, I'm reading the chat here. Reading my chat here. The chat came up late. Again, this is shoot the rehearsal. Literally, the sound is weird. If it is, let me know. Actually, I'll do this. Here we go. Is the sound worse than the color? Live show, who gives a monkeys? I don't care. Is the sound worse than the color? Because I'd be shocked at that. I'm orange. I'm orange. There is a green screen behind me. Yeah, I look like I've been on the beach. There you go. Is the sound worse than the color? Live show, who gives a monkeys? I don't care. Is the sound worse than the color? Okay, cool. There you go. The sound is not worse than the color.
There is a green screen behind me.
All right.
I look like I've been on the beach.
Awesome. All right. Just doing everything. It's the first show. Go back and watch the first local pundit show. There you go. Something with the mic. I'll adjust it. Sound settings need work. Patty, thank you, brother. I appreciate it. And Aaron says, Man United is a job that nobody wants, but nobody can turn down. I agree with that. North Wales guy, is 7 points enough? Can Arsenal catch them? So going back to the show, for the, what is it? Why am I so orange? I can't do it. I'm not doing it. I'm going to do this. I'm adjusting lighting. I'm doing it on the fly. Why? Closer? Further? Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. I just went orange. I went full orange here. Got a full orange here. All right, back to the show. Liverpool. Let's take them on. Yeah, they're 7 points clear. Here's why I think they're going to win the league, and we're going to address it here too. Arsenal do not have a striker. Marino scoring the 2 goals is an absolute gift. It was an absolute gift. I think that, thank you, Patty. I appreciate you, brother. Sounds up. The lighting is just shit. The lighting is shit. The lighting is shit. But no, I'll take this. I'll take this. I think the fact that Arsenal have not had a striker, and they lost Saka, and they also lost Havertz. I think that's a really big deal. Everyone. I listen to TalkSport, Sky Sports. I listen to ESPN. I listen to NBC here in the States, and everyone props up Arsenal as if they're just like this team that they're just anointed, kind of like Birmingham City in our league, in Wrexham's league. But they anoint them like, oh, they're going to be so good, they're going to do this or that. But it's like, stop! They haven't done anything. The nearly man, the Southgate of the Premier League is Arteta, the nearly man, you know. And so will Liverpool go on and fight them off? Probably. Do you know who the biggest threat is going to be? And we're going to talk about this next. Will be City. Will be City. City probably won't lose a game for the rest of the season. If Pep, sadly, we're going to talk about it, just went through a divorce. He was sidelined. He lost, he wasn't in the game. And I'm not going to bring in personal things, but there was an effect that was happening on him that I thought was very important. So I don't think Arsenal's the threat. Yeah. Nottingham Forest are doing well. Arsenal are good, but there's other teams out there that I think are going to come because they have more depth. Yes, they're good coaching. I get it, but I think that other teams got to come in there. And my main team to challenge Liverpool is not Arsenal, is not the nearly man Arteta, who they're out and they think that he's this anointment of he's great because he's been second in the league and we love how they're playing. No, I think it's City. I think Manchester City are the biggest threat to Liverpool's title race, even though they're down a little bit further than Arsenal for sure. Nottingham Forest, Aston Villa, no way. I think they're the threat, in my opinion. That's how I see this. And now all this knowing that Mo's going to be gone in the summer. Mo will be gone in the summer, which he basically said I'm going to see out this end of the year. Didn't agree on a contract. Whether he's playing chicken with the club, I don't know. But I'll tell you this right now: you could see things happening in the back. Where could he possibly say maybe? But what they're saying to him: go get it and go win the league with us, and we'll figure it out. Otherwise, he's going off to Saudi. But I'll tell you, it's not Arsenal. It's not Arsenal, Greg, for the 7 points enough. Arsenal, no way. They can't catch him. They don't have enough power. I like a lot of their players, but I think they just don't have the power up front, and I think they're very conservative, and that's my take on that. Marie from SoCal's in here. Sound fix, color keeps auto adjusting to the yes, I know. It's just auto adjusting to. I was on the beach. I went spray tanning down in Miami. I went spray tanning, and then I went when I went to the beach. So don't know why it's doing it. But it is what it is. This is what we're going with tonight. We shoot the rehearsal. Patty knows it. Aaron knows it. And Greg knows it right there, too. But we are shooting the rehearsal tonight, and I don't give a shit. But we will get back into it. So thank you all for coming in. All right, we're going to move on. Third strike tonight. It's going to be about Marmoush, who had a hat trick over the weekend for City. And it ties into talking about the title race. Manchester City did go into the market in January, and they did pull up some trees. You don't go into the market and spend about 150, 200 M's. They got Victor Rice from Palmeiras. There you go. What am I watching? Matt Al, don't be an ass. You're watching the Global Pundit, my friend. You're watching the Global Pundit. Anyways, so City went out and paid a bunch of money for some really good players. They got the center half from Rennes. I can't think of his name right now, but they got him from center half. They got Reese from Palmeiras. They got Marmoush. They got Nico in the middle of the park. They went out and spent some money. The reason why is because they're overturning the squad right now. You're watching Pep overturn his squad right now, which I believe is why they're still in the title race. There might be points off, but squeaky bum time started like yesterday. And when on Arsenal side, when you need your center half, your left back coming in and putting in 2 goals at the end of a game to win a game, I'm sorry, that's a problem. But I'm going to say this: do not sleep on Pep and bring in Marmoush in. Can he be better than Erling Haaland? I have a problem with Erling Haaland. He's one of the best. I'm going to talk both sides of my ass right now. I have a problem with Erling Haaland. He is one of the best strikers in the world. But he is literally absent from tons and tons of games. But then he'll show up and he'll score a hat trick in like 4 minutes. It's the most ridiculous thing that can happen. He goes and he scores goals and then he goes missing. Marmoush coming in from the German league, I think he was top scorer in the German league coming in, will change the landscape. Losing Alvarez in the summer to Atletico Madrid was an absolute shoot yourself in the foot moment, and it's showing it up right now. Absolutely showing up right now. That said, this guy Marmoush coming in, starting to play with Nico in the middle of the park, I think it's going to change things. So what my warning sign is to Arsenal in the top of the league is careful. City might not lose another game the rest of the season. I'm not saying they're not going to draw games, but City might not lose another game this season. Just going to point it out there. I'm going to put it out there too. And that brings us to basically, what's the battle for in the Prem? It's not anointed to be Liverpool, but they are clear. But I don't think it's Arsenal. They're gonna push for it too. So, take that for what you will. Sorry, I'm just trying to check up with the chat here. Doing 2 things at once. This is a total shoot the rehearsal moment. Is it the local Kendit, the global Kendit? No, it's not. Ken is probably on the golf course just shanking balls left and right. Doesn't even know what he's doing. This is the Global Pundit. We are launching a new channel, the sister channel to the Global Pundit, and it will be based on the global football in the world. There's so much to talk about, and I feel like it's time to do it. I feel like it's time to do it. I love our community. I love that some of our community is in here, and we all love football. So please help support the channel. We'll get it up and running. We're doing our thing, but it does not take away from the local pundit. And this will be about more global football. So there we go. Champions League, Championship, Premier League, and also the top 5 leagues in Europe as well too. Okay, so another one to talk about is Everton, the revival. So the reason why this is in here because Greg, who is the North Wales guy, is an Everton supporter. So we were putting the rundown together, and he's like, "Let's talk about Everton." I was like, Everton is so boring. They're so boring. Oh my God, they're so boring." And he said, "You know what? We got to talk about them because there's a resurgence there. And can David Moyes sort them out for the rest of the season? I think they will. They have a new stadium coming in, so yeah." Is it good for the Premier League? Yeah, probably. Is it good for Everton? Yeah, to not get relegated. But it's a good conversation. Bringing Moyes back is like going back to your high school girlfriend. You know, you're 35, 40 years old. You get divorced, but you go back to your high school girlfriend, and you guys were in love. It's like, man, like black jeans and black T-shirts. You're just playing old music, and you're just getting right back into it. As Aaron would say, it's like Poon City. You go back to Poon City. There you go. Which is a team in Arizona, I believe. Yeah. But anyways, I digress. But the Moyes thing coming back, like going back to your ex girlfriend or boyfriend, for that is, you're playing those 70s hits, and it's something that is good. So it has done good for Everton. I agree. Are they revived? Yes, they're going to stay up. They do play Manchester United now. Seeing those two teams at the bottom of the league is pretty amazing. So they have to play each other too at some point. But is it a revival? No, it's a survival. Okay, it is absolutely a survival. It is absolutely a survival. And will he keep them up? I think so. I have more confidence. I'll say this right now. I have more confidence in Moyes keeping Everton up than I do Amarin keeping Manchester United up. Shocker there. In the chat right now. You kidding? Boring? Moyes has those boys flying. Yeah, he's got them all pumped up. I'm not saying it's boring. Listen, you go back to your ex after 20 years, you guys are, going back to the old tunes. You're playing those, like, you're playing Bush, you're playing Glycerine, you're doing a little Talking Heads, making out, all good. So that's what's going on right there. He has hit the new bounce, and it's awesome. The goal that he scored at the other day, at 95 minutes in to draw with Liverpool, awesome. I do like it. So there's something there. Patty Power says LCD panels tend to have set working distance. If he leans in, it gets better lighting. So you want to go back? I just ran into it. There you go. I can go forward. Where do you want me? Again, shoot the rehearsal. The light's awful. I told you we're going live. We're doing this live, but it doesn't matter. We're going live. So we'll work it out. There is a green screen behind me, literally, for this, and I just threw ourselves into it, which is so much fun to do. You know how I love to shoot the rehearsal. Okay. Also, Everton. Matt Al says, I had Everton recency tickets way back when. I bet you they're more expensive than the Wrexham ones, Matt Al, for sure. And Aaron from Aaron of the Oracle says, Poon City FC is in India. Had to look it up. It is. But it is in India. That's it. Let's close this out about Everton. Are they safe? I think they're going to be safe. I think bringing Moyes back has done some really good things, and the fan base is right behind him. So awesome on that. Moving on to Potter at West Ham. This is another one to talk about too. Listen, West Ham, they're such a nearly team. Great support in London. The stadium was a problem, but bringing Potter back, I think Potter's going to see himself out to the rest of the season, and they're going to regroup till the end, in the summer. I like Potter. I think he's a good manager. He didn't work out at Chelsea, but Potter is a good manager. So what they're doing is they're gonna go out and put the best team they can. They got Kudos in there, who's a good player. I don't know. They have Guillermo. Luis Guillermo, who is the guy from Palmeiras that came in, who they have not used yet. Players like that who they need to play. So what I think that Potter's going to do, I think they're on the treadmill and they're running at like a 6 to the end of the season and hoping there's worse teams. Manchester United, Ipswich Town, Southampton, even Leicester City, West Ham, all those. I think West Ham, I think can survive. I think they're going to actually survive. But I think that Potter has been given, hey, come in for this, survive to the end of the season, and then we'll sort this out. So, is it working? I think they're in an arranged marriage for the end of the year, and let's talk about it next year. So Potter is in an arranged marriage right there. I know we're really heavy with the Premier League, and again, it's a kickoff show, and I really appreciate y'all coming in, but I think it's an arranged marriage. So, but all right, so leave that one alone. Also, I want to put one in there too. This came out today. I'm going to switch gears to the Liga. What I want to do. La Liga. There's something going on with Jude Bellingham. God damn it, I don't like any of this. Just bear with me. Oompa Loompa show right here. Kickoff show. There's something going on with Jude Bellingham. Now, if John Merrill was in it, and he's a Birmingham City supporter, he would be in his Jude Bellingham jersey right now saying how fantastic he is. He's the best ever. He's the best. To that point, I believe that Jude Bellingham is one of the best. You sound kind of robotic. Esteban, we're shooting the rehearsal, my friend. We're shooting the rehearsal. Everyone wants to be so critical. Coming in and saying you look orange. I do. Can't hear you. You sound like shit. There you go. Sorting out a new studio, a new thing. I'm on an actual new computer. So thanks, Esteban, for coming in. I appreciate it. But to my point, what I was talking about Jude Bellingham. Jude Bellingham is one of the best talents in Europe. He's 21 years old, whatever it is. He goes to Real Madrid, big money. He's one of our best, one of the best English players currently right now. But I'll tell you, he has an attitude problem. Jude Bellingham has an attitude problem. He got sent off for cussing out a ref, telling him to F off. Said he was talking to himself, which is fine. That happens right there. It does happen right there during the game. You get angry. I play sports. You lose your head a little bit. But Jude Bellingham has consistently out there been having a little bit of a problem with his attitude. He needs to come back down to earth. Somebody needs to pull him aside, put his arm around his shoulder, and say, "Hey, cut the shit. You are not who you think you are. Be an example." He did do a fantastic job getting money for Birmingham City. I understand that. But right now, I watch him play. I watch him getting sent off. I watched him during the Euros. I watched him during all of his Real Madrid games. And I'll tell you right now, he has an attitude problem. And my fear is for him. My fear is for him is that he turns out like Marcus Rashford. Now, that's a big leap. I say Marcus Rashford because I think Marcus Rashford has ruined his career, but can still recover. So, at 21 years old, one of the best talents in Europe for Jude Bellingham, I believe that someone needs to grab a hold of him and say, "Hey, get your shit together." I don't know who that is. Working in the film industry, you see this a lot. You see players, you see actors and producers and writers get ahead of themselves, and they think that like, "Hey, I'm gonna shut this light off." That's better. I don't know. Maybe it's better as well. I don't know. Maybe there's no light. I don't care. We're like halfway into the show. Oh well. Okay. But I think I see this a lot in the industry that I work in. And actors and actresses and producers and writers get ahead of themselves, and they think that nothing's going to break them. That's it. They can do whatever they want. You look at like a Colin Farrell, who's one of my favorite actors. You look at an RGJ, Robert Downey Jr., and how they've recovered and things like that. Don't go down that path. He's got too much talent. And I see him getting sent off, and I see them complaining. And now Real Madrid are talking about leaving La Liga. That's absolute bullshit. It's never going to happen. But things like that, I find, okay, someone grab a hold of Jude Bellingham. That's my point of all this. Grab a hold of him, and let's get him back on stride. So that's my take on that too. Okay, we did about what? I don't know how long the show was. 30 minutes show. Oompa Loompa show, the kickoff show. There we go. Esteban says, "No criticism. I'm honestly super impressed with everything you're trying to build." Yes, Esteban, you know me. Let's fail. Let's go out and just put it out there. I'm not afraid of all of this. I'm not afraid that anything. I love you all. And I know this is our locals and our regulars, but yes, we are building out, and we always shoot the rehearsal. Patty knows it, Aaron knows it, everyone knows it. So, but I wanted to get a show up. I wanted to get us off the ground. That said, I'll tell you this right now. So, obviously, we have the live watch along tomorrow for the local pundit for Wrexham. But Wednesday is going to be a live watch along for City versus Real Madrid. On that note, so as you transition out there too, that's what we're going to be doing. This channel will be building out as we go. It is a work in progress. I'm not afraid the fact that it's not perfect. It's great that you all are here and hanging out with us. I appreciate it. But it is a work in progress. But this will be the alternate to our other channel. So Wrexham we can have to ourselves, and we love it. It's great as we grow. But what we're going to do here is we're going to build out to the rest of the football community. So I'm happy about that. So, but on Wednesday we will be doing a watch along. I will sort out me being orange, which is a problem, getting a better camera and lighting. But I figured, you know what, you got to start somewhere. Go back to the first local pundit and see how terrible that was. But yes, but it's fun. It's fun to grow, and I want to do this because I feel like, you know, we owe it to ourselves to just talk football, be here for each other, and grow this fantastic community outward. So this is the start of the global pundit community and the pundit network. Basically, this is the pundit network. I guess that was kind of always the dream, and other things to do. But we're building out the pundit network. This is specifically for everything outside of other football that we want to talk about. So thanks all for coming in. I appreciate it. Esteban says, remember that Chris Farley scene with the fan? La la la. Luke, there you go. Awesome. I listen. There's no one in here watching, which is fine, and that's how I expect it. When I did the global pundit the local pundit starting out, it was me, myself, and I. Nobody watched it. So just remember this. We all were here and doing that. But what I'd like to do with some of the new shows with this, it's called, 5 aside, 5 topics, 5 strikes, and I want to let it rip and talk about it. So that's one thing we're going to work on too. All of it. Also, feedback always welcome too. Yes, I am in this news weird thing. If it doesn't work, we'll fucking scrap it. I don't give a shit. But we will scrap it. But we'll figure this out as we go. But it's a good start, even if I am orange. North Wales guy says Everton pundit next. If they get relegated, sure. But who wants to listen to someone talk about Everton all day? Yeah. I'm just kidding. All right. Thank you all for coming in. Please smash a like, and we will be live on Wednesday. Okay, we'll be live on Wednesday doing the watch along for Real Madrid and Manchester City. But let me just point this out right here too. I'm trying to point out what we have already built up. So we have all this. This is all being built. This is all just testing what we did before. I want to point this out. We have stats and lineup. Okay, I'll fix how orange I am. That's fine. We have stats and lineup. We have a scoreboard. We have other things that could pop up over here too, which is going to happen. We have a stats and a scoreboard all put in. This was the other day when we tested this out. But we have everything built in here that's ready to go. And we're going to work on it. It's going to get there. Just give us some time. I appreciate all of you. And you guys are fantastic. Josh, we give you shit because we love you. You've created a community and kept all of us off the street. Well, I love you too, Esteban. You guys are fantastic. And you're an absolute legend, and all of you in there too. And I appreciate that feedback. And please, always, feedback is good. You got to start somewhere, no matter what you do, no matter what it is. You got to start somewhere. You can't start like in this and anything, right? You want to start out being. I always relate back to, and I always give stories about my life and how things happen. And I think that's why I connect with all of you. I started out as an actor with nobody. You go up and you move, and a writer and all these things. You don't just start out being on a hit television show. You don't do that. You don't start out, being Timothy Chalamet in Dune, or Rob didn't start out. Rob McElhenney didn't start out Always Sunny in Philadelphia. Nobody watched it. So I'm fine doing this, but I think when you're younger, I'm fine trying things. When you're younger, you figure out, it's like, hey, what works, what doesn't work, get the opportunity to do it, and grow. And so if we can grow and do this on the Global Pundit too, as we've done with this amazing local pundit crew community, it's great. So we'll do that. So I appreciate all of it, all of you coming in and just having your say. And it's been a lot of fun. Esteban says, my wife, for one, is super grateful that you keep me busy and interested in something new. Esteban, happy to do that. And Patty, Aaron, and Ken likes the Irish fella. Well, all right, he's a good dude. He is a good dude. And Aaron said, can I be the Bundesliga pundit? Aaron, are you willing to do the work for the Bundesliga pundit stuff? And the USL pundit? The USL pundit might work better, seeing how you are in Middle America. I kind of like that as a USL pundit. Aaron, can you give me your resume? That'd be awesome. Okay, thanks all for coming in. Please smash a like, share it out, get out. It's not it's not about. We're working through things. We're working through things, and I'm loving it. And I love that we're doing that. We're working through it. But thank you. This is the Global Pundit. We will be doing news shows as we do with the local pundit too. But we're starting off. This is the first one. And on that terrible disappointment, I will see you all soon.